Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing well.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. Hey, after reviewing the film, Kap and I have been talking about it all morning. After reviewing the film, what was your overall view of Sunday's game?
I thought it was a good test of resiliency. I thought the guys did a really good job of coming back in the second half, holding together and executing better and doing the things necessary to win the football game. And I think it was a great lesson for our football team.
Coach, when you watched the film last night and you knew at halftime we're going to make a couple defensive adjustments, and they did not cross the 50 in the second half. They did not score a point in the second half. Your defense forces 3 big turnovers in the fourth quarter, a strip sack and recovery, and 2 interceptions, one that goes to the house. What adjustments did you guys make defensively to put that type of heat on Will Levis?
Yeah, the adjustments we made were just first and foremost playing with better fundamentals, and that's, I know it sounds easy, but yeah, certainly we made some different calls and did some different things to put us in some advantageous positions. But it's really about the guys focusing on running our defense the right way, and they did some really good things. We had 3 and outs in the first half. We gave up that long third and 15 that kept that long drive alive. Got them down in the red zone in the one area there, and then had a penalty. So we had some things that we had some self-inflicted wounds there in the first half a little bit, but we also played some good football. We had 3 and outs, and then second half they came back and did a nice job of just doing basic football well. And our guys are ball hawks, and they do a good job with that.
Kevin Byard talked in the locker room, Flus, and said, we are changing the culture here. He was addressing the entire team, the coaching staff. I saw Ryan Poles back there and Kevin Warren. It was super cool. But he talked about changing the culture, and he said there's going to be days offense is going to carry us. There's going to be days like today where the defense carries us. Can you just take us inside that room and what that vibe was like when Byard was speaking?
Yeah, Kevin's talking about our whole mantra of being one. So B1 means that we're one Chicago football team. We're not offense, we're not defense, we're not special teams. We're the Chicago Bears. So it doesn't really matter what side you're on, what position you play. We're all pulling on the same rope. And that's what he was referring to.
You know, Kap, we were talking about running the football. We just thought that with a rookie quarterback and Caleb Williams, run the football was paramount. Coach, what did you think of the running game as far as what you guys want to accomplish? Because we thought that would be your game plan coming in, getting Caleb comfortable, setting up the run to eventually get the pass down the field.
Yeah, I thought when you look at the tape, we had some really good, efficient runs. You know, if you look at the runs, we had some, 6 or 7 yards. I thought when we had the game, that we were trying to waste some time at the end. When we did at the end of the game, we also had some good, efficient runs there too. So again, you just got to avoid the negative plays, and that's why the number's not as good as you'd like it to be. But again, I thought we did some good things there.
You know what? And we talked about earlier, Kap, Tennessee, the same thing, right? You got Will Levis as a young quarterback. They ran the football. They stayed wedded to the run until they finally broke through with a veteran like Pollard. But again, you got 2 young quarterbacks. You want them to get comfortable, and both teams ran the football pretty well, I thought, right?
Yeah, I thought they did. And then obviously in the second half, we did a really good job of stuffing out the run. I think they had, 0.8 yards or whatever that might be, but it was a good test for our defense.
Coach, Hoodie and I were talking about Caleb Williams. Look, rookie quarterbacks, we ask regular employees in the world, they start in entry-level positions. We ask 22-year-old quarterbacks, hey, man, a lot is expected. We're putting the whole city on your shoulders. What is it like dealing with him after the game? I thought he was great in his interview with Christina Pink and in the podium where he said, I got to be better, and I will be better. What is that discussion like with him?
It's really just that. He's got a positive, upbeat attitude, but he's also understanding that he's got to improve and get better every single week. And as I said in the post game at the podium, we have to play well around him, and we got to continue to do that. Meaning the protection's got to be good. The receiver's got to do a great job of running catch. And the defense has to play well. And special teams, special teams made a lot of nice plays yesterday, impactful plays in the game. And so that was good to see as well.
Matt Eberflus is the head coach for the Chicago Bears. He joins us, Kap and J Hood, on the radio home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN 1000. You know what we love, Kap, is we love the unsung hero. We can go through the depth chart. Coach, every morning we've got the depth chart open. not saying it's going to change. It's just right there. It's one of our tabs on our computer.
Always.
And so you see an unsung hero like Taylor coming through, right? He's new to the football team. We know about the defense, backwards and forwards. But when you get a guy like Taylor coming in there and what he was able to do to help the football team, that I'm sure that was a lift to the team.
Yeah,
Coach.
we were excited. 2 sacks and a forced fumble, which turns into a big turnover at the Titan 31.
Pretty good.
Yeah, really good by him. He's got great energy and excellent, impactful plays that he had in the game. He just got here, so we're working hard with him. The D-line coaches are working hard in terms of alignment and assignment, and he's getting that done. And what a positive attitude he has. And I would also say Hardy did a great job in the game on special teams. Had the block punt, had a really nice tackle on one of the cover teams. So I thought he had a real impactful game as well.
Coach, what was it like at halftime? Because, the fans are not happy as you're leaving the field. And, the announcers are like, wow, the Chicago doesn't look very good. What was it like in the room at halftime?
Yeah, at halftime, the guys were upbeat, and that's what KB was referring to at the end of the game. We were just, we just looked at each other and said, hey, we got this. There's a couple plays there, here and there, that happened. We had the Velus punt, the muff, and the defense responded well on that kickoff return and holding those guys to a field goal. And so I thought overall it was really positive in there. Just correct the mistakes, understand we got this, and the guys went out and executed.
I'm going to ask you about Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Chicago Bears. You got a chance to go through the tape again. What stood out most about Caleb, the good and the questionable to you?
Yeah, I thought it was, like I said afterward, it was a good operation. I know we had a delay, and I called a time, but that's, pretty decent for the first time out, and operation was pretty good. And then really just him, he made some really good throws, had some really good, spot-on throws in terms of rhythm and timing. And some of the other things you just got to clean up. He's was off on a couple, and he knows that, and he's got to start from the ground up and just got to work his footwork.
You can see the glimpses, though, Cap, right? I mean, there's some elite throws there. And it's just like, moving forward, that's only going to get better.
Yeah, like the one that was a dime he hit Keenan Allen, who's a 6-time Pro Bowler, but he's a human being. It happens. He dropped it. That was a dime right there.
Yeah, like I said, he had some really good passes. He was calm, cool, and collected the whole time. So his demeanor and his disposition was really good. And that's something him and I'll talk about. Like we talked about it after the game. He'll come in here in about 45 minutes and meet with me. We'll go over the tape and discuss that.
Coach, I got to ask you about Velus Jones. You ran him a couple times, I think 11 yards on 2 carries, and he caught a pass, but he did fumble a kick, and you guys did not go back to him. Your thoughts on Velus moving forward?
Yeah, I thought his response was really good in terms of him coming back in there, like you said, and being productive for us on offense. And to me, that shows his character. And again, we'll evaluate where he is in terms of the kick return game as we discuss this throughout the day and moving forward.
How's the injury report?
I haven't really. I've gotten preliminary. It looks okay. It looks decent. But again, I'll get more of an in-depth report once the players report. They're starting to report now. And I'll get an in-depth report after that's finalized.
Simo, Chris Morgan, your O-line coach, did use a rotation at right guard, and Ryan Bates got the lion's share, I think 38 snaps to 18 for Nate Davis. Can you take us through that evaluation after watching the tape?
Yeah, the guys are really rotating there in practice, and both of them been injured throughout training camp. We thought that was the best way, really, to get the guys to play at a maximum, in terms of their effort, in terms of their, technique fundamentals, because they both were out there in training camp to maximize that position. And then going forward, we're going to look at the tape and see where it is and go from there in terms of rotation or who's in and who's out, who's starting.
Okay. We know that you're going to Houston next. So what are you eating in Houston? Like they got great barbecue in Texas, but what are you going after? You've been there before.
Oh yeah. I used to recruit down there when I was back at Mizzou. So, back in the day, we used to get a lot of players down from Houston way. So yeah, barbecue is unbelievable down there. So I won't have any this time. It's a business trip, but I'm sure they will line up.
What did we have last night then? You had to have something good.
Oh, last night afterward?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had pizza. was good. I splurged.
All right.
You're such a Chicago guy now, Eberflus. I mean, this is what happened. You're digging right into peaches, just like the rest of us eating pizza after the game. We all did that.
No, why not?
Right?
Matt, have a good week of practice, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you next Monday after a hopefully Sunday Night Football win.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.